First of all, let me preface what I'm about to say with, I am not married and I don't have children. And oh, did I mention that I'm from a council estate in Walthamstow? Anyway, last week saw the unravelling of not one, but 3 high-profile A-list unions. Zoe and Fatboy Slim, a.k.a. Norman, Liv and Naomi, and then, of course, the biggie, Brangelina. And we were all about just recovering from the conscious uncoupling of Chris and Gwen. And, of course, Jennifer and Ben. Now, let's be honest, celebrity marriages aren't exactly known for their longevity. But with 50% of all first marriages now ending in divorce, it seems this lack of staying power has seeped into wider society. As the child of divorced parents, I can attest that it is not the ideal scenario. I'm not suggesting that people stay in abusive or dangerous marriages. However, I do believe that divorce has become far too easy. We need to make it a little harder to throw in the towel, especially when there are kids involved. Whatever happened to for better or for worse?
These two.
Oh, goodness. Your topic reminds me of something I heard the other day, which is a joke. Why is divorce so expensive?
Why?
Because it's worth it.
Yeah.
I really don't agree with you. I speak as a married woman.
You're not divorced, are you?
No. I'm
Not that she knows
yeah.
what have you heard?
I'm a married woman, but
She
I
could well be by the end of the day.
I have been married a quarter of a century. And
How wonderful.
Wow.
Give her a round of applause for that. What's the secret, Rachel?
I think only those of us around the pledge panel who are married know how hard it is.
Okay.
And
have you ever felt...
Having kids is a breeze, and I think we're going to move on to that, how it actually isn't a breeze. But I actually think that these people, these public figures who go through a public divorce are to be applauded for their bravery, not criticised for throwing in the towel. It's really hard. Divorce is... If you talk to anyone who's got divorced,
horrendous.
It's phenomenally traumatic. Yeah. It sees the wholesale destruction of your entire... the superstructure of your life, your kids are unhappy, all they want is for you to stay together. It's pain all round. I mean, I'm a child of a divorced parents, married to a divorcee, so I know a bit about it. And I actually think that, in a way, the marriage is sort of broken, and because we all live so long. I mean, the average lifespan of a marriage is like 25 years, and sort of everyone gets bored and stale.
I suppose...
Hang on, you just said you've been married 25 years. What message are you sending out here?
I'm very stale, definitely.
I'll tell you what, I'm not saying it's stale, because I would never get back in the door.
So, obviously, Greg, you are divorced, and your second marriage... You've been divorced before, and your second marriage has lasted a very long time.
Well, the marriage... Together we've been a long time. We only got married 5 or 6 years ago.
Together,
we invited all the kids to the registry office.
Not another tax dodge.
Not another tax. So you've got no evidence again. There's no evidence. Just use your
triumph
prejudice.
of hope has
So
lasted.
what's your take on this?
My take, I don't think changing the rules makes any difference. People are either going to split up or they're not going to split up.
But before, I mean, I don't...
Because nobody had anything.
No, but when I remember my mother saying to me, God, I'd have left your father at certain times if only I'd had any money. Yeah. Because in those days, as a woman, you couldn't get anything, you know. And now, actually, they had quite a happy marriage that lasted a very long time. All marriages, it's your point, all marriages go through tough times.
That's my point, though.
But is there any other?
Yeah, but... yes. Well, yours didn't last long enough to get to the tough bit, did it?
My heart goes out
somebody who's been divorced twice.
There we go. Yeah. My heart goes out
to the children.
No, actually, well, of course, but to men and women watching this now who are going through a divorce. Because their lives have been changed unbelievably. I remember a divorce lawyer once saying to me that divorce is like a train journey. You get on in a really, really bad place. You go through some horrific scenery. Sometimes you come to a nice place, you think it's all over, but then guess what? Till you turn another corner, it's really awful, but you finally get to a destination and you get off. But the impact, the heartache if you've got children. I think if you don't have children...
It's different, I agree.
I still wouldn't say it's easy, June, but it's easier.
Yeah.
The heartache of telling your children that mummy and daddy can't stay together, or your child, whatever it might be, is absolutely incalculable. You feel that you failed, because nobody gets married and has children thinking they're going to... Well, if you do, you need a head check. You really don't. The pain, the grief, the upset, it never actually leaves you. You still feel you've failed on behalf of your children. So the idea that, honestly... believe me, having been through it, it is not easy. No. It's really not easy. No.
I remember my mum saying to me years and years ago, when I first, was in my 20s, she said, if you are going to get married, you have to work at it. It's hard going. And I just believed it was, it was the fusion and love and excitement and the rest of it. She was dead right. Yeah. I mean, you will not survive. Your marriage won't survive if you're not prepared to live through the tough times and try to work through them.
Yeah. Was it you, Nick, who said next time I'll just find someone I don't like and give them a house?
Yeah, it's actually Jim Davison's. Yeah, but it is just buy a woman you hate. So find a woman you hate and buy her a house.
I suppose
Michelle.
Michelle, what's your? Yeah, you divorced, Michelle.
Chance to be divorced would be a fine thing, seriously. But it makes me sad actually because I don't know. I think I was probably brought up on one too many Disney fairy tales. I have this vision in my head that this prince is going to come and sweep me up. I'm going to live happily ever after. And,
oh my Lord!
And I know, and probably this is why I'm still single. But I sit and I believe in the institute of marriage, and I want that, and I want this family, that's going to stay together forever. But the older that I'm getting, I'm starting to really question how realistic is my mindset, because I feel like I've got a traditional mindset in a very non-traditional society.
Yeah.
Because the reality of it is now, there is so much choice. So if I marry you and you annoy me, before I might have to stay at home.
Choice.
When you annoy me.
Michelle, he's taken.
But my point is, if I marry you and you annoy me, before in the olden days, I'd have to put up with it and we'd have to work it through. Now, if you annoy me, my friend, I'll get my smartphone, I'll swipe this thing, I'll see him over there, I'll get involved with him.
Next weekend, I think I'm going to my 6th wedding of the summer. My 6th. And
are they silver splitters?
No, this one is a remarrier, but most of them have been young people getting married. And there's always a bit at the back of my head, which is the statistic you use. 50% of these don't survive.
So your parents split up.
Yeah.
I mean, outside of the health of my 2 children, the thing I give thanks for is my parents stayed together, and they had a really,
good marriage.
Oh my God! And I think it's so great that you plus, and that again is the hurdle. Again, my heart goes out to people watching this who are getting divorced, who've got children. It's just it's such
awful. I was 7 when my parents split up, and sorry.
Yeah, but there's no point. It's not changing the law so it's harder to get divorced. Will make no difference.
No, I think it should be made easier.
No,
and I think lawyers should stay out of it.
Yeah,
I think you should be able to do it in Islam.
But
I divorce you.
I think there are so many people who get divorced whose marriages could have been saved. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe.
Well, that speaks to what Michelle was saying.
They can always remarry. June, they can always remarry.
But then look at the cost. Why do you
think I'm doing all this work?
Why do you think he's here?
I'm driving Greg home. That's every work I can get.
And he's not a very good driver either.